and you can see dev hub and admin are in the chat room now. And if someone types hi gi something, it is coming here as well as here, the dev hub gi, and if I type here something hi, you can see here admin has written hi. Welcome back to another video in this channel, and in this video I'll be talking about creating an online public chat room where users can log in and chat with others. And there's a special thing in this website. Each and every message the user sends will be passed through a tone analyzer API, and the emotion of those texts will be predicted, and accordingly certain emojis will be shown with each messages. So without wasting time, let's start. So I usually work with Visual Studio Code. So I have already created a folder, and I have also opened the terminal here. The website which I am talking about is already present in my GitHub, but here I am going to show you what happens and how this website creates an online session where users can chat with each other in the same window. So to begin with, I will get the Git link and copy it. Then I am going to type the clone. So here I am cloning the already written code from GitHub. So I will just open that now. Here it's called as chat box. I will give every links which I will be going to talk about in this video in the description. So after the video, you can just go there and have a check. So this is the project structure. In the templates folder, I have 4 HTML templates which are responsible for all visual contents, and there is one important file which is called as database setup.py, where I am going to use ORM, object relation mapping, to locally created SQLite database. So this is the database setup.py file. Before running the main.py file, which is the actual entry point of the project, you have to run database setup.py. Why? Because you need the database first before you go to the main code. So here I have 2 classes, you can see, and the classes represent stable names in ORM. So I have users table and messages table. You can relate. I have users tables to create users and again log in, sign up, all other things. And I have messages table to store messages, and I will also store the user which sent that message. So these are the 2 tables which I'm going to work with. Here I have just defined columns. This is how you define column in ORM. This is basically SQL Alchemy ORM module, so which I have used. So here I have other 4 columns again. So let me show how this works in real time. Before that, we usually need all the required modules to be installed in the computer. So if I go to the GitHub page where I have this code, you can see I have written how to install this in your local. The first thing you have to do is install the requirements.txt file. But before that, I will create a virtual environment so that the required modules are installed in a certain environment different from my computer. It is a good habit to do that. So creating virtual environment, I usually go with packaging.python.org. So here I have Windows. If you want to install virtual environment for the first time, you can follow this, and here it installs the virtual environment. I have already installed the virtual environment. What I have to do is create the virtual environment for different projects. So for this project, I have to go and create the virtual environment, and this is how you create it. Terminal, new terminal, enter. You can see here env folder is created. That means the virtual environment for this project is being created, and whatever you install in this environment stays in this environment. So this is like isolated environment for installing modules for this project. So it's already installed. Now what you have to do is you have to log into the environment. You can't just create and use it. So in Windows you can use, there's an activate script in this, so you can just copy paste, and you can see here the env. So we are already inside the environment. P3 install requirements, just copy that, paste. Now it will take some time to download and install all the required packages in our virtual environment. So when the setup is running, I would like to introduce you to the IBM Tone Analyzer API. In the IBM Cloud, you have a lot of cloud applications you can just see and use in your project as an open source. They have limited request limitations. So here I'm just logging into the IBM Cloud portal. You can just go ahead and create your own without any problems. So here you can see, if you go to the catalog here in the website, there are a lot of cloud applications listed here. You can see that. So go ahead and search for Tone Analyzer. So this is the page where you create new Tone Analyzer. Here you can give the data, and you can see here that stock 2500 API calls per month is free. So you can just go ahead and test. So you can select different zones according to your location and give names, give the name accordingly, and you can create it. I've already created mine. You can go here and click view existing. So this is my Tone Analyzer API, which you can see here. There are two main important things, which is one is import API key, and one more is URL, which has to be used with the IBM Tone Analyzer module in the Python. And if you want to create or manage your credentials, you can delete that and create one more as you wish. So basically what exactly the Tone Analyzer API is doing is it receives the text from the application, client-side applications, and it predicts a score which is based on the emotions in that text. Suppose if I say I am happy and I will send that to this API, it will give you the score more towards the happiness scale. So that's what this API is doing. So here already the required modules are installed in our virtual environment. So if I go to the GitHub page, you can see I have written that you have to execute database setup file before you execute the main file. So let me just execute that. Yes, when I execute this command, you can see here users.db database has been created. So this is the name which I have given for my database users, and this is a SQLite database, which is very easy to work around in your development environment. So, and this users DB contents you cannot see, but all the columns which I mentioned here has been created. So you can just go back and run the main file like this, and you can already see that it is starting in the local host port number 1111. So if I just quickly go there to the local host 1111, you can already see the application up and running.